Tom Cruise, one of Hollywood's most famous stars, was not always the fearless action hero audiences know today. His journey to superstardom began with fear, not just fear of failure, but fear of a violent and unpredictable father. Growing up, Tom struggled with dyslexia, unable to read like the other kids in school. This led to feelings of inadequacy and isolation. His early life was filled with turmoil, moving from town to town, hiding his dreams because he was constantly told he wasn't enough. The boy who could barely read was told he wouldn't amount to much. But instead of giving in, Tom turned this fear into his driving force. His path to greatness wasn't born out of natural talent alone, but from his refusal to let the past dictate his future. The search for salvation. Scientology's promise. As a young man, Tom Cruise was searching for something to hold on to, something to give him purpose. After years of feeling lost, he found that sense of direction in Scientology, a belief system that promised freedom from fear, trauma, and limitation. It was introduced to him by trusted individuals who spoke of it as a way to unlock the full potential of the mind. For someone who had spent his life struggling with feelings of powerlessness, Scientology seemed like a path to salvation. He walked through the church's doors not as a future superstar, but as a broken young man looking for a way to heal. Scientology helped him gain confidence, allowing him to overcome his dyslexia and transform into the person he needed to be. It became the foundation on which he built his rise to fame. The rise to fame. Hollywood's new star with Scientology guiding him, Tom Cruise's career quickly took off. His rise to fame was not just the result of his natural acting talent, but also the training, belief, and support he received from the church. As Tom's confidence grew, so did his star power. He became the face of Hollywood's golden age, taking on roles that showcased his versatility and daring spirit. It was not long before the world saw him as a man destined for greatness. Movies like Top Gun and Mission Impossible transformed him into one of the highest-paid actors in the world. Behind the scenes, Scientology played a significant role in shaping his persona, offering him the sense of loyalty and clarity he had long searched for. Tom Cruise was no longer the fearful boy. He was now a superstar. A love story shaped by Scientology, Tom and Nicole Kidman. One of the most public chapters in Tom Cruise's life was his marriage to Nicole Kidman. Their chemistry was undeniable, both on and off the screen, and they married in 1992. For a while, it seemed like Hollywood's perfect couple. They adopted 2 children, Isabella and Connor, and appeared as a power couple, untouchable and elegant. But beneath the surface, tension began to build. Scientology, which had provided Tom with a sense of certainty, was not something Nicole shared. The growing divide between them was subtle at first, but eventually became too large to ignore. Nicole was not raised in the same belief system, and over time, it pushed them further apart. Despite their love for each other, the differences between their worlds were too great to overcome. In 2001, after 10 years of marriage, Nicole filed for divorce, and the world was left stunned. The public fallout. Tom Cruise's first heartbreak. The divorce was a public shock, and it marked the first true heartbreak Tom Cruise endured that the public witnessed. While Nicole stayed relatively quiet about the reasons behind their separation, Tom rarely spoke about it. The pain of losing the woman he had once believed was his perfect match was evident, but it didn't stop him from continuing to smile for the cameras. For the first time, the world saw a vulnerable side of Tom Cruise, and it shook the perception of the invincible movie star. But in the years following the divorce, Tom began to rebuild. Though he kept working and kept up appearances, the wound left by Nicole was deep, and it would take time before he could truly heal. The Oprah incident, a public meltdown. In 2005, just as Tom was beginning to recover from the heartbreak of his divorce, another major moment in his life, would change the public's perception of him. During an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show, Tom Cruise had a spontaneous moment that would go down in history. As he talked about his new love, Katie Holmes, his excitement grew to the point where he jumped on Oprah's couch in pure joy. To some, it was endearing. To others, it was erratic and chaotic. The media had a field day, and the incident quickly became a symbol of Tom's unraveling. Soon after, Tom made headlines again by speaking out against antidepressants and criticizing psychiatry, which further alienated the public. The once beloved star was now seen as an extremist, and his carefully crafted image began to crack under the weight of his own passion. Katie Holmes and the divorce that shocked. Hollywood. After a highly publicized romance, Tom Cruise married actress Katie Holmes in 2006. The world watched as the couple, dubbed Tomcat, seemed to be the epitome of Hollywood bliss. They had a daughter, Suri, and for a moment, it seemed like Tom had found happiness once more. But once again, the power dynamics in Tom's life, his deep commitment to Scientology, began to take a toll on his relationship. Katie, who was not raised in the church, became more concerned about the environment in which Suri was growing up. In 2012, Katie shocked the world by filing for divorce. Unlike most celebrity divorces, this one was swift and secretive, with Katie planning the split in secret and ensuring the privacy of her daughter. Tom was blindsided, and once again, the public saw a man who had lost something precious. This divorce was even more devastating than the last, and it left Tom's personal life in turmoil. The rebirth. Tom Cruise's return to the spotlight. Despite the challenges in his personal life, Tom Cruise proved that he was not a man who would fade away. After the divorce, he continued working, but it wasn't until the release of Mission: Impossible, Fallout, and Top Gun: Maverick that the world truly saw the full extent of his transformation. Rather than retreating from the spotlight, Tom chose to embrace it. His commitment to pushing the limits of what was possible in film became a defining trait of his career. He performed his own stunts, training rigorously to fly fighter jets and jump out of planes without a safety net. This physical dedication to realism in his films caught the world's attention. Critics who once ridiculed him began to praise his discipline and commitment to cinema. The man who had been publicly mocked for his eccentricities was now being celebrated as the last true movie star. Tom Cruise, the savior of cinema. When Top Gun: Maverick was released, it wasn't just another sequel. It became a symbol of cinema's potential to unite audiences once more. In an era where Hollywood was struggling and the box office was shrinking, Tom Cruise's return to the big screen was a revitalizing force. The film became one of the highest-grossing movies of all time, reminding the world why movie theaters still mattered. Tom's dedication to authenticity, flying real jets and performing intense stunts, set a new standard in filmmaking. He didn't rely on CGI. Instead, he pushed his body to the limit to make the movie feel real. For many, Top Gun: Maverick wasn't just a movie. It was proof that the magic of the movies was far from dead. The paradox of Tom Cruise's life. While Tom Cruise's career soared to new heights, his personal life remained quiet. There was no partner by his side at premieres, no family cheering from the sidelines. Despite his success, Tom stood alone, a paradox of Hollywood fame. His public life was filled with accolades, but his private life was marred by the pain of lost relationships. The distance from his daughter, Suri, the complexity of his marriages, and his ties to Scientology created a profound sense of loneliness. The man who could hang from planes and leap across buildings found himself struggling to connect with the people who mattered most. In the end, Tom Cruise's story is not just one of fame and fortune. It is the story of a man who rebuilt himself time and time again, who fought to keep his dreams alive even when everything seemed to fall apart. A legacy of endurance. Tom Cruise's story is one of endurance. It is not a tale of perfect triumph, but of a man who refused to let failure, loss, or scandal define him. Through the heartbreak, the controversies, and the public ridicule, Tom pushed forward, not just for fame, but for the love of storytelling. In a world where actors are often forgotten, Tom has proven that determination and authenticity can outlast time. He is not just a legend because of his iconic roles. He is a legend because he refuses to stop moving forward, no matter what. In the end, his legacy is one of resilience, the story of a boy who outran fear and became the last true believer in the magic of cinema.